What's up, SNA Assassinators? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video. This is the wrestling news on February 18th, 2025, the last season of mine, and that is the Aquarius the Aquarius season, I believe that's what you want to call it. But yeah, but it's the I'm gonna bring you all today is the wildest and intriguing wrestling news stories and rumors that you assassinators need to know from I'll say the Fightful Select article, including Michin calls Chelsea Green attitude booty security whack while proclaiming she's tight AF. Uh, and then we also got some news about Emily J. On teaming with Heath in X double W. And she stated that it was the most emotional match she has ever had. And Drew McIntyre on men's elimination chamber lineup. Tessa Blanchard match added to Thursday's TNA Impact Live, and Booker T on Ricky Starks showing him something from the promo side that he's interested to see what's next with him. And Mackenzie Mitchell finally signs her first contract to become TNA's ring announcer, and Clark Connors that he hates El Desperado, and much more. Please make sure to subscribe and hit the post notification bell for more SNA videos. And also subscribe to my other channel at SNA Entertainment. And let's get started with the first news as Michin calls out Chelsea Green's I call Chelsea Green attitude booty security whack while proclaiming she's tight AF. Now I don't know anything about this, about Michin, so please bear with me. I don't know what kind of news story is this? Something that it sounds like something that Matt Cardona should be talking about right now. But anyways, it says Michin sends a message to Michin. Michin sends a message to Chelsea Green. Yeah, too bad I don't know the indie god right now. This will be much more easier. I'll even have him as a special guest on the SNA podcast. At this point, in general, I should say I'll have any wrestler be a special guest on my podcast. But anyways, it says Michin has been feuding with the current Women's United States Champion Chelsea Green in recent weeks. With Green has acted as if she's the president of the women's division, and in honor of President's Day, Michin sent her a message, and it says right here, in a post on Twitter/X, Michin wishes Green a happy President's Day. The post included a clip of which Michin parody the classic that I'm tight as fudge the unsweetened kiwi kale, or no, fudge unsweetened chocolate kiwi kale. That's what I meant to say. Video. But either way, maybe not what's his name, Matt Cardona, maybe I should say Keith Lee, or for those that watched main event and did not know any other thing about Keith Lee, we watched that main event family movie about WWE on Netflix. You probably know him as Smooth Operator, but I should say Keith Lee for those wrestling fans that are clearly aware. But it says right here, either him or Matt Cardona, whoever this message is for, who, it says right here, that her attitude whack her whack her booty, whack her security, whacked her way, like she tests like other people, whack the way she always has to cheat, whack me, like I'm tight as fuck. And then she put on her post that says "Happy President's Day" to the current Women's United States champion, and it said, and you can just put it right here, right on the front of the video. But let's uh let's click on the video. Let's go into inside and just see what it said. What she say, like right here, like onto this video, which I believe it has something to do what Uncle SNA just read. Why is it Uncle? Like if you're my nephew or my nephews, let me rephrase that because I have so many nephews. But anyways, there's the video.
Her attitude, whack. Her booty, whack. Her security, whack. The way she treats other people, whack.
Okay, that's
the way
not
she
like
always
what
has to
SNA
cheat,
just said.
whack. Me, I'm tight as fuck.
Okay, I don't know what was the first and the last message that she said. Whack on those two, but I guess I see what her point is, like that she's not done with me chin. I guess hopefully they stays that way rather than just sound inappropriate onto that way. It sounds like something that she should be telling Mr. Limitless Keith Lee, which is her husband, like rather than the whole world to see. But not to be the one to judge. But I'm gonna leave it like it is and think about what she's referring to. And what are your thoughts onto this? And do you think this could help her get over and maybe even become the Women's United States Championship? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. But next up, we got Emily J on teaming with Heath, like in a XWW event in her reactions is like that this was an emotional match of her career, and it says right here from Miss Emily J, like it says discusses her relationship with Heath, like and throughout like her short stint in the wrestling business, Emily J like has been vocal about her love for Heath Slater, like and the relationship that they've formed one time. Jay even recalled Slater like contacting Tyler Breeze like before she started training like at Flatbacks Wrestling School. And while chatting with fighting over WrestleCade like weekend, Jay recalled like pushing to team with Slater early this year of XWW, and this is what she explains onto the matter. Like while we're looking back, like so there's this promotion in at North Carolina called XWW, like absolutely great. Like they started like bringing Heath in a lot, so I threw the idea like out to him, and I was like, hey, like if you're down, like can I have a my dream match? And in a very curious question, and he goes, what's your dream match in curious questions, like and I say like I want to tag with Heath, like I don't care like who it's against, like I just want to tag with him. It kept getting like pushback, like and pushback, like but it was supposed to happen in June, like and then like it didn't like happen, like and then it was supposed to happen in July, like and then it didn't happen, like and then it finally happened in August. Then Jay like reflected on the match, saying that it was the most emotional match she's ever had. And she added by continuing to mention, like, that was the most emotional match I think I've ever had, because it was like a comedy match. Like, honestly, like, I just got beat up like the entire time, and he got that big shot tag. Like, I was like, okay, but when we got to the back, like, I cried like in the ring, like, cause like he hugged me, like, and I'm a very emotional person. Like, I'm a very emotional person, and being like able to have that moment with him meant the world and more to me, like, cause he has done more for me, like, than almost like anybody. That man is truly like my dad, like, not my actual dad, of course, like, but like he is my dad, like, in a in a pro in a protects like me, and protects me like no matter what. Since leaving TNA in 2023, like, he has remained active on the independent scene, like, primarily like competing for promotions in the South, and fans can check him on Fightful's interview full interview, like, with Emily J, like, in the video, like, which is linked right at the top of this article. More in the interview, can also be seen like over on here. But yeah, of course. What are your thoughts onto Emily J, like, explaining her emotions and her excitement and her dreams of teaming with the man that has kids, I guess you could say, which he was referred to as in both WWE and TNA. And like, and do you think that we could be able to see him back in the Stanford-based company where he made himself famous at? Or do you think he's more better off like staying in the independent scene? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. I'll say either way, whoever makes him happy, that makes me happy as well. Like, because like he was, yeah, an absolute, I was an entertaining like personality, like sensation, I gotta admit. Like, with everybody was pretty much a fan of that phrase. Even my own dad was a fan. Like, with him always keep cracking up with laughter. Like, when every time when he says that line that he got kids. Like, with him even being a bit more specific by saying he has 7 kids. No, and I was like, wow, like dang, I how like how long does he have the time that he start a family like with his wife to, and for them to manage to get up to that amount of uh, childbirth, I guess you could say. Like, I mean, it's not my business, of course. Like, and I wish it stays that way. But other than that, like, I'll say, congrats that they have a big happy family. Like, and yeah, that's a true understatement of this family, of course. But yeah, but wish many more years of happiness for all of them as well. But yeah, and hopefully that at least half or most of them become follow their father's footsteps of joining the industry of PW. And let's move on to the next slide. Let's talk about the next up. We got we got a wrestler commented on the worst ring they ever worked in. And now we got news about AEW's Grand Slam event with their petty, controversial situation that happened that occurred to their Grand Slam event, and more discourse about a wrestling rings as on the event, which took place in Australia, sparked plenty of controversy in in the wrestling world. Like many critics claimed that the company had to get loaned a ring for the show, and the ring they used was significantly smaller than the usual 20-inch one. According to Fightful Select, then reported in update that that the debunked this speculation. It said Fightful's Shaw Ross Sapton to took to Twitter slash X and asked wrestlers to name the worst ring that they have ever been in wrestling in general. Anthony Bowens and various others responded into Sean Ross Sapp's request of sharing their thoughts about which we're going to show you the response of the former acclaimed member, that's still the Scissor King, then responded this, saying that back in 2013 there was a ring in Pennsylvania that had padding mats, or had been padding made. When I say mats, where's my brain at? But padding made up of a few rugs, with stop signs, other random flat metal things to fill the gaps. My ankle, also broke on a suplex because the ring was so hard. And you can see it for yourself from the response of Sean Ross Sapp that asked each wrestler, which there was multiple that answered that question. But I'm gonna show you the most particular one, because he was name dropped here on the news story, and also that's the only one I can find. Or no, maybe I found this other guy named Mr. Hunter Rayner. But it says, brother, this sucked in Mania weekend in 2022 in Dallas, which you can see this independent wrestler that shared his thoughts on a very bad ring, which it shows a picture of him standing onto this material that they use on the mat. Yeah. But what are your thoughts onto these wrestlers giving their thoughts about their worst experience in like like when their experience of competing in the squared circle? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. But let's move on to the next slide. We got WWE ID Championships finally been unveiled. Now, Triple H has finally unveiled new independent developmental championships into the ID program. And the WWE, the WWE ID program was launched in October 2024 last year. The program was created to provide a path for independent wrestlers who want to build careers in WWE. And the first champions will be crowned via a tournament across independent promotions, and defend on the independent scene. In WWID showcase matches have been booked in various promotions like in recent months, like and highlighted like on the WWE ID social media account. And yeah, what are your reactions onto these new ID championships? And do you think this was absolutely needed for those that are trying to make it into the WWE, like in from the independent standpoint? Let me know down in the comment section right down below, and I'm gonna show you these belts, like at least like onto the front of the main menu. That's why I just named out onto this latest news story, which kind of like an WWE ID version of the NXT belts, if that makes sense, or even the United States Championships, both the men's and women's as well. I guess it's like I guess you could say like an ID version of the hybrid of like a hybrid of like the ID logo mixed with the United States men's and women's and the men's and women's NXT championships. If you catch my drift, but let's move on to the next slide. We got Mickey James, like wishes she could have worked with Sensational Sherry, like in is it Martel, I believe that's what her name is, Sensational Sherry Martel, or Macho Man Randy Savage. Now we got the multi-time women's champion and the wife of the SmackDown GM Nicholas the Ridiculous Aldis, Mickey James, like sharing her wishes that she could have worked with someone like some of the some learn like learn under the learning tree of these two legends, like or even like work with them in pro and wrestling programming, like in and Mickey James is currently one of the coaches on WWE LFG, like on A&E, as part of the show. Like she takes on or she takes young WWE Performance Center prospects like under her way, like along with the other coaches, Bubba Ray Dudley, which is in The Undertaker and Booker T. While speaking to Going ringside in a recent interview, Mickey James was asked like about legends like she wishes she could have crossed paths with or learned from them. Like she named like such as the likes of former WWE Women's Champion, or the sensa- the sensational Queen Sherry, like and the former WWE Champion, like the late and also the late Macho Man Randy Savage as well, and this is what she had to say while coaching the young newcomers. Like, if I could coach one legend, like wow, like oh my gosh, like I would say I would have loved to sensational Sherry, like as far as women go, like was like my all-time favorite. Her and Macho Man Randy Savage, as far as men go. Like if I could like have sat underneath like their learning tree, if I could have just been in the same space and time, like to have like shared like any like sort of moment like of wrestling like with them, like I would have like lost my mind. Like I think like I would have been like a complete fangirl. Like it would have been embarrassing, but like it's fine. Like I would have been okay with it. and learn how Mickey James feels about getting like the chance to appear on WWLFG, which we're going to be doing right now. But what are your thoughts on to Mickey James, like giving her dream wishes, like on who she would like to like to work with or even teach, like her learning wrestling experiences with. Well, let me know down in the comment section right down below. But let's move on to some more news about Mickey James. But this time on her returning, like for WWLFG, and and she uh, and she stated that it's been amazing to come back for something so unique, which it very is unique. I have to totally agree with the former multi-time women's champion. But this is what it is what the the almost 20-year veteran had to say, like when talks about returns, like with the WWLFG is scheduled like to air its first episode on was about the it was I mean when it was about to air in January 6th, like, and will feature Mickey James, Bubba Ray Dudley, Booker T, and even The Undertaker, looking to guide the next generation of WWE superstars. Wrestlers like co- command on the worst ring they have ever worked in. Speaking to going like ringside, like in a recent interview, like Mickey was asked like how it feels to come back to WWE for the show. Like it's, and then she responded with it's been really amazing. Amazing to come out like to back for something that's so unique. Obviously, like the premiere like of this show, like first time ever with A&E, then to be called Steel, it's weird for me when I owe Legend in a very shocking explanation. Like it's weird to me, especially when I'm sitting alongside people who I've considered like mentors, and I looked up like to so much, like and admire Bubba Ray, Booker T, who's had tons of success, like and wrestling along with training other talents, like to go on and have their own success. But then the Undertaker, who in my first run with WWE was still very active on the roster and still very much the judge, like the jury and the executioner, like when it comes to the locker room, and like the person who you wanted to respect, you the most. I suppose, like then obviously Shawn Michaels, like who I have always admired and looked up to and tried to emulate, and so every week I work in there, I'm like I feel like I'm still learning, and I'm still like hungry, like for that respect on a different level, and to be considered like somewhat an equal like in that platform. Like it's been unique, it's been really interesting and humbling and amazing, and exciting, and so many emotions. Then obviously, like to be able to try to train and work with these 16 future greats, because I personally believe that they will. they all will go on like to be really great, and it's cool like to get to know them like at the very beginning stages like of their journey, and hopefully they create like some fans like for life, like because I feel like if you're a fan like of WWE, if you're like a fan of this process, like and what it takes like to be a WWE superstar, but then like to be able to see a lot of these talents like at the very beginning like of their careers, like and this is this is scratching the surface like of surface where they're going to go. It's pretty amazing, like because it's a rarity like that you get to see a talent this early in their career, like before like they go on like to hopefully their stardom and to be a real superstar in this industry. And then in another interview, Booker T spoke about viewers getting like to see the raw emotions of pro wrestling with WWE LFG. Like you can read more about right here down below, and we will. But anyways, assassinators, what are your thoughts on to about Mickey James enjoying the experience of being one of the four coaches of WWLFG? And do you think that she'll ever make the next Mickey James, like in her run of training these gals, like in the LFG system? Like, I mean, she's helping out training the men as well, but I would say like it will definitely be so inspiring of for the next young female talent to be trained by someone like Mickey James, and hopefully they'll find some success of learning her tutelage and her knowledge that she has to offer uh, to these next breakout star like that's that they find their way into WWE, which that's a good start. And I'll say most of these guys will definitely will find some that particular success one way or another. And I wish them all the very best of luck of achieving their dreams and finally living out their moment and finally like said that they said they're gonna do. And moving on to the next news, we got a five time, which it should have said it 5 times to be the exact, but it's the 5 time WCW champion Booker T comments like on what like fans like should expect like from the upcoming WWE LFG legends like in future greats, which that's what LFG stands for, obviously, and in a reality series on A&E, like WWE LFG will premiere on Sunday, February 16th on A&E. Like it will and it is part of the next season like of WWE Superstar Sunday, like and will be uh com- comparable like to WWE's earlier Tough Enough series. Triple H and Shawn Michaels will make regular appearances, as will along with legends such as Bubba Ray Dudley, Booker T, Mickey James, and The Undertaker. Like in but Booker T recently chatted about the upcoming series with John Alba from the Takedown, like like on SI, like in when asked about the differences between WWE, LFG, and WWE Tough Enough, the two-time WWE Hall of Famer said fans can expect to see more of an in-ring aspect with this series, and should also prepare to see displays of the raw emotion that professional wrestling evokes. He he explains like I think being able to see so much more than just the competition in in ring, challenges, stuff like that. And it says that says the five-time WCW champion, you are going to get a chance to see the emotion, the real, true, raw emotion, to where there, again, so many people wonder, about, wrestling, but seeing it from this perspective, they're going to perhaps second guess, and go, wow, this is something totally different than I perceived it to be, for so many years, in Booker T, also suggested that the series might inspire some wrestling fans to see if they have what it takes to make it in the squared circle. If that if that is the case, Booker would surely prefer would be trainees to check out his reality of wrestling school. And ROW is WWE is a WWE ID branded school. Fans can learn much more about it right here, clicking on this link to check out the complete WWE ID prospects and training wrestling schools, and learn more about the format of WWILFG. Here, Fightful will provide coverage of matches on WWLFG ratings for information of all programs on A&E. Once this shows start on the show started in February 16th, when this news article was published, of course. But let me know down in the comment section right down below on what your thoughts on about who like about these guys, are they gonna be what the same with Mickey James? Do you think Booker T will find the next five-time world champion, maybe most specifically on WWE? And it's a shame that he didn't train someone like Seth Rollins, because he turned out to be a five-time world champion on WWE's main roster show. But that's a different video for a different day. But let's let's hope that he does find somebody that is gonna be a future five-time world champion that he trains, so he can brag about. I'm not sure if that would be a good idea for him to brag about it. Just saying, or let alone even encourage him to do so, because it's not always the right appropriate thing to do when it comes to you trying to be the humble one. But anyways, let's move on to the next news story. But yeah, wish Booker, wish Mickey James, wish Undertaker wished Bubba Ray luck for finding finding the next stars that they trained, and hopefully that they turn out to be what they and the wrestler wants to do in their future careers in wrestling. And also, something that I need to say before I change the subject? I'm trying to remember. Let's see. There's something oh yeah. For those that that are inspired, that think they have what it takes to join the industry, like I wish them the very best of luck. And for those assassinators out there that's gonna plan on watching the show, which I need to start doing myself, like and I know exactly where A&E is onto the YouTube TV subscription that I'm watching, like AEW Dynamite and Collision and NXT and SmackDown off of. Like I'm like oh yeah, like I know exactly where A&E is. I can just easily could just find it even by searching it, the channel itself. And also, like, I can also search up LFG as well, which that's easy to remember. Like, I even mention it all the time on my WWE review videos in general, like, as well, because they always advertise them every time I watch the show. But I guess that'll be it for now on that subject. But now going to AEW news now, as we got uh, one, uh, one of the Death Rider members, like that that's infested with that disgusting toxic I'll say wastewater, like from that Cincinnati place. Like it's Willa Yuta, like, but we're gonna be talking about him in an out of character situation of him saying, giving high praise to one of his teammates, which is the bastard Pack, which is less of a bastard when he's not on television. Hopefully, I don't sound offensive when I say that word or sound inappropriate in some capacity either. But yeah, with Willa Yuta praising him as the best wrestler, like might be like in the world, like in and this is what the 1/3 of the trios championship said about like of this other 1/3 partner of the trios championship of AEW, like saying like which they are aligned with the Death Rider faction, like as Pac, Carlo Castagnoli, and John Moxley, and Willa Yuta, and Marina Shafir, like a like into a wrestler that fits their version, or more likely Pac, Claudio Castagnoli, and John Moxley Will Yuta, like wrestler like that fits in their own version, like in Pac, like has been like regarded like as one of the best wrestlers in the world by many fans like and peers over the years. But Yuta is ready to take it a step further when it comes to that high praise and compliment to his colleague and teammate. But while speaking to Aaron Mac 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 Magbits Magbits Aaron Magbits like on something for everybody. Like Yuta was asked about wrestlers who might be overlooked today, and it says right here and, and this is what he had to explain for about this logical statistic saying that this one is going to be sound weird because I think people know he is really good, but I think Pac might be the best wrestler in the world. Like he might be like the and I don't think I he gets the credit that he deserves. He is such a profession a professionist like with his wrestling, and it is very critical like of his work. Like this might be me, like in how much he undervalues himself. Like I don't know if fans like do it as much as he does. Like I think he's probably like one of the best wrestlers in the world. There is no way around that. Like I don't think people give him that level of credit, and they should. Like I think people normally give him like yeah, he's very good, like, but they don't give him no, like he's one of the best. Like he might be one of the best ever. Just watching him from the apron like is really fun to see up close. Like he is phenomenal. Like little in intricacies like that I won't get into. Like, but if you're a wrestler, like you might pick up like on them, like especially if like you're like in the ring with him, like he's phenomenal. Yuta and Pac are 2/3 of the AEW Trios Championships, like along with Claudio Castagnoli, like and Fightful has coverage of AEW Dynamite, like every Wednesday beginning at 8 p.m. Eastern, followed by a post-show review podcast on our YouTube channel. Just sounds like your boy Super Ninja Austin here, like when it comes to doing a post show podcast on YouTube, and hopefully that your boy SNA gets the chance to do that, like more and more, like in a long forever time, even if he has a other careers, like whether if it's in like getting in either the sports or entertainment world, like, and maybe even if he became a PWer like himself, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, like then yeah, he hopefully he'll still do these podcasts of everything in the world of pro wrestling and sports and entertainment, like and literally like whether if it's in wrestling or outside of wrestling. I hope that I still continue to do all this stuff. But moving on, we got some Drew McIntyre news now, and that is on men's elimination chamber lineup. But and that kind of sound totally rude with me. It's one thing that I kind of poke fun of these guys like on television, but like when it comes to the reality perspective, I feel so ashamed. I totally forgot that to be and I've been into a concert. Well, I haven't actually been into a concert before, I but I've been into a couple of like special live events, like but not like with music related stuff. Unfortunately, like I'll say like I've been in wrestling events, and I've been in like like a college football event. I've been in like I attended a college football event, a wrestling event, which is WWE, of course, which I always keep bringing up on my podcast. I've been at a rugby event, live rugby event, because my brother did some rugby before back a couple. I was like back a couple years back, but yeah, like that's the only live sporting events I've been into, like as an attendance, like of course, but other than that, like I haven't been in the concert. I'm so sorry. Like, but I want to be in one, but maybe like somewhere in the future down the line, like when I'm in a situation that I can attend any kind of concerts, I would gladly would, whether if they're nearby me or maybe even somewhere in a very popular spot, maybe more on the safer side, because at the same time I hear that you could get sick, easily could get sick, like if you take safety health precautions, I guess you could say. But yeah, anyways. But what are your thoughts on the Willie Yuta giving high praise like this to Pac? And do you think he is the best wrestler in the world right now? Which I would say, yeah, he is. I would say put him in the top. I'll say amateur 10 or 15 spot. Like yeah, like he is very talented. Like he may be a little bit mischievously, I'll say insane, like in his character's point of view. But even for that, like he still that still don't change the fact that he is very incredible, like into his profession. Like, and I mean that in a complimentary way, not in a not like saying that he's way too unrealistic, realistic. Like if I'm looking at it in a realistic perspective, but you get what I'm trying to say. Assassinators are not Paul Heyman, but anyways, this is where we got Drew McIntyre like has a strong opinion on WWE Elimination Chamber on the February 17th edition of WWE Raw. Seth Rollins defeated Finn Balor to become like the sixth and final like man to qualify for the men's elimination chamber. This bout came like after Logan Paul, Damian Priest, himself, and like CM Punk, like also qualified for matches, for their respective matches. The other entrant, like in the match that was automatically qualified to have a bye, is none other than the 16-time WWE World Champion, like John Cena. And speaking of John Cena, like yeah, somebody saying, "Have I seen John Cena?" Like, which is my number one fan of the SNA podcast. And I'm gonna have to break it to him. I haven't got a chance to see Cena yet, but there's still a chance I could see him before he retires because like I could attend a show like if WWE's gonna be nearby in your boy Super Ninja Austin's area. Like if he does appear like in that particular event. There could be a chance that I could get a chance to meet him. I hope that he does show up. And if he does, I'm definitely gonna get his autograph. I'm definitely gonna get. He was my number one favorite wrestler of all time, next to the likes of Rey Mysterio, Randy Orton, Batista, The Undertaker. Um, who else that I was a big fan of back in the Ruthless Aggression era days? There's so many names that I was a huge fan of watching as a kid, as a child, like with me and my brother being huge fans at that time in WWE. I got so many names. But yeah, like I had none. Unfortunately, again, like not have seen it in person. Like yeah, that's the only wrestler. One of the only wrestlers I haven't got a chance to see in person. If I'd have only even got a chance to like get his autograph, take pictures with the 16-time world champion, hopefully soon to be 17th. Like, and if he does like win the WWE championship for the final time, I would like to him sign my championship belt that I have that's in the bag right now. Like oh, like the yeah, that's even I know like that's very awkward the admit like where I keep my stuff at, but only got a minimum amount of space right at the moment. So please don't judge me. But anyways, like I would like them to sign that belt in particular, like to have a signature right on the belt, like next to Cody Rhodes, like signing the belt like that I have like that I recently just ordered about a year ago. But yeah, and again, even my own nephew's a fan of John Cena, so I'm thinking about even taking him and even my brother. Like if I have some like some extra like say time and some resources to attend a WWE show, like I would me personally would get an autograph for both my belt and my nephew's action figure, like in person, like from the 16-time WWE champion or 17th, like if or whenever the heck. But for now, I need to save up some money, like to do that, like before he hangs up the jorts for good. Even though, like, I mean, I probably have any time to get his autograph, like even if he does retire, but I like but the thing is, like, I just don't like the thing is, like, it would be more special, like, to do it like when before he calls it a career, be one of those guys to get a chance to finally meet him, like in his final run in WWE. Imagine that. But but anyways, John Cena is automatically qualified into the match and did not participate in a qualifying bout, like instead declaring it himself and like for the match after his WWE Royal Rumble loss, like post match press conference, like where he automatically got into the match with him just calling the shots. And like on the February 18th episode, on the post from today on February 18th, his one of his opponents at the Elimination Chamber match, Mr. Drew McIntyre, took to social media to react to the full lineup, indicating like that one person doesn't belong in the match, and you can already guess who he's referring to. And he's stating this but I'm not sure why he's not showing it on the post. Normally it would, but for some reason it's not doing it right now. But check out the updated lineup for Elimination Chamber by clicking here. Fightful will have the full coverage of the March 1st premium live event once it airs on Peacock in America, of course, but outside of the United States, it will be it will be in the United States, of course, it in the United States, outside of the states, it's gonna be on Netflix, which that's very unusual. Like you would never expect that to happen. Like when they were on cable television, like only on cable television, no streaming service whatsoever. Even when Netflix was starting to be relevant, like back in the early 2000 teens, like they always have WWE shows and pay-per-views exclusively on cable. You have to pay a monthly subscription on that, and also you have to pay an extra $50 or $60 to pay on pay-per-view. Luckily things have changed in into that in that standpoint, and even AEW's fallen into this example that have, in case if you don't want to watch it on cable or on the cable on the streaming a cable streaming service like YouTube TV, like your boy Super Ninja Austin has, you can watch everything on Max, which is simulcast with TBS and TNT, which is that's the new deal from Warner Brothers Discovery that Anthony Khan made with their broadcasting deal. But yeah, you can watch AEW Dynamite Collision on Max, along with it still have Dynamite on TBS and Collision on Saturdays on TNT, and then we got the pay-per-views on Max. Yeah, but yeah, we got that. We got But yeah, but WWE eventually had their own streaming service at first in 2014 until 2021 for 7 years, until they made a deal with Peacock, which is gonna last for 5 years if I'm not mistaken, which is gonna be lasting until next year. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I told y'all guys before this, and I'm gonna say it again, my brother has his Peacock streaming service since 2021. Again, the reason why some of y'all probably say how you know this because he told me himself, and also and I have been watching it, of course, on the streaming service, of course, of course, on WWE stream. And I remember even doing so since then, of course, as well, and yeah. And it's about to be his 5th year in the next year. Only if he thinks if it's appropriate to keep it. But yeah, it'll be 5 whole years he had the streaming service, which that's crazy. For or any streaming service in general, whether if it's over Netflix or even HBO Max or even or even what's the other one, Disney Plus, like, or any of the stream service that's out there in the world of entertaining streaming, like in anywhere out in the world. And I think it's pretty cool for everybody out in the international market, like that get to watch WWE stuff on Netflix and like AEW stuff on Max on the streaming subscription. But I wish that we get the same with WWE with all the stuff on Netflix, which we'll probably have the pay-per-views probably very soon. Like we'll be moving to Netflix eventually because they're on a 10-year deal right now. That's going to last until 2035, if I'm not mistaken. But correct me if I'm wrong on that because I'm counting in the 10-year, like what they call perspectives, like starting with Monday Night Raw, but they're eventually going to bring in like pay-per-views and SmackDown and NXT as well. But only when that deal eventually comes up, like if that's the case, like like SmackDown NXT guaranteed that once their deals expire in 2029, they're going to immediately get automatically put on Netflix. And maybe Netflix could also take away the premium live and pay-per-views that WWE has as well. We're just going to have to wait and see about that. I also wouldn't mind if they still have Netflix, if it still be on Peacock, but also be added on Netflix as well. Like we could do like a both kind of situation. Like we could see that, like you could see that it could be like it could be on Peacock and on Netflix because they have a deal with both of them. Some say that they might make a deal with Peacock, so it could be like a win-win situation. You can watch on one streaming service, or you can do on the other one. But yeah, but since yeah, that when we both have like the same streaming service, like with my brother having the Peacock and Netflix, and then your boy Super Ninja Austin having Netflix, like that would be very convenient. Yeah, to watch the WWE premium pay-per-views or premium live events, whatever you want to call them. Like, yeah, because some might call them premium live events, like WWE starting to call them, since they're on a premium streaming service, which I'm not sure why they want to go full time onto this. Because AEW still call their pay-per-views, despite them moving their pay-per-view stuff on the Max streaming service. But it is what it is, I guess you could say. But like not trying to be too much of a comparison with the companies, but just saying because they've been known as pay-per-views long before AEW existed. But anyways, but let's move on to the next slide. Let's continue about we got on the February 17th edition on Raw. You know what? I think I already talked about this. But what are your thoughts on it won't take much of a genius or a wrestling expert just to know he's referring to a certain Second City Saint or a wrestler that's from Chicago that was the most that's been referred to as the most controversial wrestler and figure in the wrestling business, which him and Seth Rollins and which is another guy that's also going to be included to the Elimination Chamber match, and also like the Learning Tree teacher himself, Chris Jericho, referred to him as a cancer when his time in over at that company. That's the only references I'm going to give to this guy. Which even though I don't even have to give references to tell you who Drew McIntyre is referring to, but I'm just gonna leave it like it is, leave it alone, so I won't stir up any stir anything into the controversial pot, I guess you could say. But moving on, we got Tessa Blanchard match added to Thursday's TNA Impact Live match this coming Thursday. And we got speaking of controversial wrestlers, we got one that's probably double times more worse than the guy that I was just referring to, that Drew McIntyre thinks that did not belong into the chamber. and like Tessa Blanchard will be like will be in action on the live episode on TNA Impact. Like TNA announced that according to the what they call I forget what his position is, but the on-screen authority figure himself of TNA, Santino Marella, the former WWE star, I guess you could call him, like like then yeah, like reported that Tessa Blanchard must compete on the live episode of TNA Impact on February 20th, which is this Thursday, which we all know that is the week after somebody's special day, which we're gonna which I wonder who it is. I heard it was some certain handsome ninja assassin, which I hope that is true. But anyways, like on that day, I'm gonna be honest. Probably if I do anything that's a podcast related, it'll probably be more of a. I'll say probably more of a. I'll say I'll say probably more of a. I'll say what's that kind of a. They will probably be more of a like of a what they call probably be more of like in movies or no animation. I'm gonna be doing some animation news on that day. Like if I do anything podcast related, like considering I finally got some websites like in articles that start venturing through them, start talking about what's going on in the world of animation and the creators of a Pacific animation, like in all of animation. But let's what are your thoughts on Tessa Blanchard competing, and who do you think she's gonna be facing? Like with this demands from the I'll say the head of what they call the head of the head director of Total Nonstop Action, I guess you could say, which is a former Intercontinental and United States and Tag Team Champion in his time in WWE. But let me know about this in the comment section right down below. But let's move on. We got Ricky Starks to talk about, like from the NXT commentator himself, Booker T, which is hours away to see like what exactly which Ricky Starks is going to be referred to, like when he makes his appearance on tonight's edition of NXT, like which when he's going to be finally signing this contract to make it official that he will indeed be be a WWE star, or like become a WWE superstar. Let me rephrase say the full terms of things, but. This is what Booker T said. Like, if of the highest free agent that left the other company, with that being All Elite Wrestling, like showed like me like something. He said, showed me something from the promo side. I'm interested to see what he brings to NXT. And yeah, and one of the co-host commentators, or the co-host of the commentary booth, I guess, say next to Vic Joseph. Which I'm not sure about Corey Graves. He could be just a temporary guest, I guess you could say. But Booker T discusses Ricky Starks, like the former AEW star, shocked the world by appearing on the February 11th edition of NXT, like just hours after his reported release, like from WWE. Starks like will like now appear on Tuesday's edition of the show. And to begin his tenure with the company, like he'll officially sign a contract with the brand. And like much has been like made like of Starks like probably getting his name changed, like as WWE like has not used the moniker in any official promotional material. Well, I think this is kind of exaggerated, unless maybe WWE probably like what they call it, like legally trademark the names of the wrestlers that use their names anywhere in professional wrestling. Because how come we got the likes of, I'll say, Sean Spears, or even what's his name, Sean Spears or Ethan Page get to use their names. They got a chance to use it everywhere they go, including AEW. So I think this is kind of exaggerated. For the statement to say no, with all due respect to this news story on to Fightful Select. Hopefully I don't offend nobody, including Sean Ross Sapp himself, the head of what's of Fightful Select. I would say whoever was the editor here of this article, like they made a humongous blunder, because I can name like them two, and along with other WWE names that got a chance to use names that they used outside of WWE, including their competition. Like, and they still came into WWE with that name. Like, it's the new regime. That's what maybe in the old regime, like WWE did not want to use their name. But if you're talking about the new regime, like maybe there's a difference. Like maybe on the old regime, they wouldn't allow wrestlers to use their names out that they use outside of the company. But like, and then there's probably be required like with them using a new name. But the thing is, start but the thing is, like, this is the new era of WWE with new management and everything. So it's likely that they're not gonna go by him with using a new name. But anyways, whilst and on the latest edition of the Hall of Fame podcast, like Booker T joked about the buzz surrounding like the name change, like, and said that he's interested to see if Starks can show him something. He he stated like we had a very un unexpected like entry like that showed up in NXT. He showed up like, and he haven't said his name yet. Like, so I'm sure like sure not gonna step on that. Like, I do know that this certain guy, this unexpected entry into like NXT, is going to be signing a contract tomorrow. Like, so guys, make sure you tune in to NXT and check it out. I'm interested. I'm very, very interested, because I said just last week, like, man, like this guy needs to show me something. He needs to show me something. Booker T went on to say like that Starks like showed him something in the promo side of things. He added on to this on this latest podcast. You know, when the guy like not named, like when he came in, like he showed like me something from the promo side too, and in a very explainable question, which I'm not sure if there's such thing as one, but going with it, like, because of the mark, like I was like, wow, like the crowd seems like to dig this kid. I'm really, really interested, like, to see exactly what he brings to NXT. But what are your thoughts on to this matter? Like, and do you think that he will be keeping it? This is the sign that he could keep his name, considering what Booker T just said, like this unnamed kid, or or this kid that didn't even say his name yet, that was what's quote unquote from the 5-time WCW championship that he referred to. Like, and do you think that the sign that he will be indeed keeping his name, and WWE just trying to keep it as a surprise? But if that was probably the case, maybe they would have kept in his name, like when he made his debut, and maybe you could go with a different name, like. Or do you think that Booker T is just like? Do you think Booker T is working us, and he knows that they're going to be using his name, but they don't want to be quick in a hurry for him to say his name, like considering the fact that I didn't want any legal trouble, like in some capacity against the other company, maybe with AEW perhaps, or like with them, like could possibly get even threaten to send some cease and desist papers, which I'm not sure if that will be appropriate because Ricky Starks is no longer their property. If I'm being completely honest. But anyways, like nothing against all elite wrestling, but I'm saying like if that was the case, like hypothetically speaking, of course. But anyways, yeah. But anyways, yeah. And if you think he's gonna go with a new name, which it should be, which I hope it's something like similar to Ricky Starks, but something that's maybe even a bit better. Like I don't know, like I would say better, but I would say just as relevant as Ricky Starks was in his time in the National Wrestling Alliance and TNA. I mean, not TNA, NXT. I mean,
Hey, uh,
I'm not AEW. Yeah, yeah, bro.
don't forget to reschedule your job interview.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay, that's gonna let you
All
know.
right, no problem. But anyways, let's well, yeah, but AEW, yeah, if it's the AEW name, but let me know in the comments down below what name he's gonna be using. Like, oh, he's doing good. He's just relaxing here, right in the beside your boy Super Ninja Austin here. Yeah, yeah, like always, like in the room. Like, yeah, he's just always, yeah, just as trying to find something to do, like which I try to find ways to come up with activities with him, so he will be less bored and be somewhat occupied. But but let's but let's what's called let's move on to the next news story. Let's talk about. We got Mackenzie Mitchell news now, as she says that that she now they both her and the company confirmed that she signed a contract with the Nashville-based promotion. Like, and it says right here, Mackenzie Mitchell has signed with TNA officially. Like with former WWE interviewer Mackenzie Mitchell returned like to TNA as their ring announcer, like at the TNA Genesis pay per view, and she will be staying with the company like going forward. And it says right here that uh and what she but her mentioning this in an interview with John Alba of the Takedown on SI, like Mackenzie Mitchell confirmed that she had signed a contract with TNA to become their new ring announcer following the departure of Jade Chung, yeah, which is the former ring announcer for the uh, the Nashville-based promotion, and it's what the former WWE interviewer had to say. Like it's nothing skill. Like as I've mentioned, like that I'm stepping into from backstage correspondent, like to now really just embracing like this new role as a ring announcer. I'm so excited to get to try my hands with some things and again make it my own. We all have these different sounds there these different perceptions of what these ring announcers should look like and should feel like so I'm really excited to be the full time ring announcer for TNA and just make it my own and growth within the role with this new with this new partnership with WWE and TNA, the sky is the limit. I think there's there's so much that's to unfold that Joe we're really excited for that. To see where Joe Hendry can take the TNA World Championship and uh, and to see the knockouts division continue to grow. It's just so amazing and for me really special to be back in TNA for the second time. It's for sure a homecoming. TNA then officially announced that Mitchell had signed with the company. Like Mitchell previously discussed potentially returning to WWE as well, and 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 in a different video she had something to say about potentially doing commentary work with her husband Vic Joseph and Booker T, which is the co-host of her husband, of course. But what are your thoughts on to what are your thoughts on Mackenzie Mitchell being a ring announcer on TNA and signing a multi-year deal with the company? And do you think this was exactly what she wanted? And do you think she wanted to do this much more than she do correspondent work in the on here in TNA or even in her time in WWE? Well, but let me know. Let me know down in the comment section right down below. I think that upgrade in some capacity, because she's more in the in ring side rather than backstage, and with everybody even recognizing her even more, all the female ring announcers that we saw in WWE before, they've been recognized with names with the with what's her name, Lillian Garcia. Lillian Garcia started the trend, with and her being the most first ever famous ring announcer in WWE, even being in a romantic angle with Viscera, which if I was her, I would have not done that. If I'm saying in general, but my point is she made a name for herself. That was the good thing about that though, along with any other angles that she did, which luckily they were less of that after that, just which was for the best, which was really good for her. And then after that, we had women's ring announcers what's her name, JoJo Offerman, which is the widow of the late Bray Wyatt, and also Samantha Irving, which is the soon to be wife of Ricky the Dicky Ricochet, and also Alicia Taylor that just came from NXT that went to SmackDown last year, but she eventually got switched into a what they call a ring announcer exchange with Raw, with Lillian Garcia going to SmackDown, with her going to Raw now. So we got so many female ring announcers that I probably lost count of over the years in WWE. Just to name a few for examples. But yeah, hopefully that Mackenzie Mitchell get the same success, just like these announcers in the foreseeable future. But yeah, but moving on, we got got Clark Connors, was it that that stated that he hates El Desperado, and El Desperado is the reigning defending IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, like, and he's set to defend uh, that particular title at the Francesco Akira event at New Japan at New Japan Pro Wrestling's 53rd anniversary of this said event. Like, if El Desperado gets past Akira, like Clark Akira and Clark Connors will Akira Clark Connors will be waiting like in the wings, and it says right here, like in an interview with Jeremy Lambert and SP3 on the weeds, like this is what he said on like onto the onto this matter, like quoting, like, I've said this once, I'll say it again. I hate El Desperado. Every time we get in the ring, like with each other, there are going to be chairs, which he while like yeah saying like while sharing sharing his hatred onto the luchador star. Like, there is going to be blood. There is going to be something. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens after the anniversary show, after the Super Junior match. Like, I got disqualified. He didn't beat me. Like, if I walked like out of the ring like with his mask and him on the floor, like with Akira, like every time I wrestle him, it's always like a wild time. Whoever walks like out of the of that like anniversary show, it's someone like I'm like looking at, like it is my time. Like, I've been uh bit bit I've been biding like my time, like yeah, Drilla Maloney, like, and I can still work in this heavy as open weight style. Like, gonna I'm gonna put a couple extra pounds, but keep myself a junior. Like, it could be anywhere, anyone, tag or singles. Like, I have my eyes on the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title. Like, in that match, whoever comes out of it, like, is the person I want to take on next. Connors has never won the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title, but like is a two-time IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champion in the promotion. Elsewhere during the in the interview, Connors like praised like Gabe Kidd, which you can check out in the comments right down below. But what are your thoughts on to Connors, like, uh, or Clark Connors, I should say, fully saying his name in the proper manner? Like, like, do you think that Do you think it's time to become the junior IWGP Heavyweight Championship? Or what's your thoughts onto this matter? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. Either way, even though I need to start watching more of New Japan stuff, but but uh, but like for hearing this news story that he never been a IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion before, I would say wish him the very best of luck on to achieving his accomplishments, like of of winning the belt that he's been probably fighting for a bit of a while. Of course, if I'm saying this correctly, I'm not sure if it's anywhere near accuracy, but like yeah, wish him the very best of luck. Hopefully, he gets that opportunity to win that belt and like win out that title for how much that he wants to hold on to it. But like more news about Clark Connors from NJPW, and it says right here that he gives some high praise of Gabe Kidd, saying that's the franchise, that's the future of the business, of proclaiming him as. And the current reigning and defending New Japan Strong Openweight champion, Gabe Kidd, had met, a meta a meteoric a rise in 2024, establishing himself as one of the top guys in NJPW by winning the New Japan Strong Openweight Championship, which I believe was at that Resurgence event, like against Eddie Kingston, like, but like. But at NJPW slash AEW's Wrestle Dynasty crossover event, Gabe Kidd stepped up to the plate against Kenny Omega, which, yeah, of course, I'm gonna keep bringing this up until the day, until it's my last day being on this earth. When it comes to me talking about anything about my podcast that has anything to do with that event, like of Wrestle Dynasty, I talked about it here on the SNA podcast about a month ago, which was a very tremendous event. Which I say this was the golden trophy of the night, which everybody's going to be talking about this for many more years to come. Gabe Kidd versus Kenny Omega, along with the other matches I would like to talk about here on the SNA podcast. But anyways, which was Omega's first match like in over a year. Like Kidd has since gone like to war with Tomohiro Ishii, like and Yoda uh, to Suji, Yoda Suji, I believe that's what his name is, in New Japan, in the New Japan ring, of course. But anyways, but in that same interview with Jeremy Lambert, like and like SP3 on the in the weeds, it says that Clark Connors like went through the highs and lows with Kidd, and he comments some very high positive things about the champ of NJPW, and that's what he said right here. Like it was only a matter of time last year when the War Dogs like were like getting going. Like we like said it like to each other like all the time. It was around this time last year when we beat like the United Empire like in the cage match, like and like we took out like Will Osprey. Like we said right before that, just give it a year, give the War Dogs a year. Like that goes for all of us. Like it was only a matter of time, like before, like we were giving the opportunity. Like Gabe was giving given these opportunities to step up and show his emotion, like and show who is like as a performer and let people latch onto the once he's been given the ball, like he's been rolling in with it. Like that match with Kenny, like was a long time in the making, like which it really was. I totally agree with Connor onto that, but with like that match, yeah, like in his own head, like I know that for a fact, like as one of his best friends in the world, like I've been like with him like through everything like he's gone like through like not everything but since New Japan like I've seen him like grow like so much like we always like talk about it like and I always tell him like you that's the franchise like that's the future that's the star like everything I'm doing like everything Drilla Maloney is doing like everything like else like everything everyone else like is doing we're all coming up with him like in my option like I've always told Gabe like you're the one his mind is locked in like and like focused on everything it makes me like almost like as an older brother figure like and one of the best friends it makes me like so fucking happy to see that for him I'm like always so proud. Elsewhere during that interview, like Connors had commented, stepping in on short notice, like at AEW/New Japan Pro Wrestling's Forbidden Door in 2022. but but what are your thoughts on to Clark Connors big high praise like onto his onto his teammate Gabe Kidd like which I assume, which I'm not sure if I should be assuming this, like that they won the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championship together. Which it doesn't seem like reading this like doesn't you have to be a wrestling what they call expert just to know that. But at the same time, like they're just teammates. The way like judging by the way he's giving him high praise about this. And he was right. There was only just a matter of time for them reaching success, and hoping they stay that way. And how long do you think that they're going to be staying in New Japan? Which Gabe Kidd, I heard in the interview that he said he's going to be staying there for a long time. He's not going, and he do not want to wrestle for any other place but there. But do you think that he'll ever get a shot at wrestling somewhere like AEW somewhere, like in that manner? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. And maybe you'll probably have a part two event eventually with Kenny Omega, but in Kenny's home turf of All Elite Wrestling. But yeah, and like I said, I'm gonna keep bringing that up. I made a podcast review video on that Wrestle Dynasty event because I think AEW New Japan made a pretty good job making a show like that inside the Tokyo Dome in Tokyo, Japan. They did a super tremendous job a month ago. And hopefully that they do another crossover, which we all know in this summer in August, we will be seeing the next Forbidden Door pay-per-view, which is going to be in London, England, because like they're cross because the partnership is not only just AEW New Japan, it's all over it's all over any wrestling company like that has any partnership with the Jacksonville based company, which is which is dub which is New Japan, the CMLL, which is in Mexico, and Rev Pro, which I assume that's the case, if I'm not mistaken. Like because well, since the CEO Mercedes Moné is the Rev Pro Women's Championship, and Mina Shirakawa was that championship before her, but the CEO beat her at that event, which is the funny coincidence is that she beat her at the Wrestle Dynasty event to become a four belts Moné, of course, which that's what you like to be referred as. But anyways, I'll say it's either New Japan that's crossing over with the Rev Pro or even AEW or even both. I wouldn't be surprised if it is both. We can see more Rev Pro wrestlers can make an appearance for both NJPW and AEW. And correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm making a mistake here, if that's the case about this partnership. And we could it's gonna be probably all four of these promotions that's from four different countries, like in England, in America, Japan, and Mexico. They're coming together, which that sounds very familiar with WWE's doing right here. The only thing they're missing is not making a deal with a wrestling company in England, unless if I'm making a mistake. Like if Triple H already has a company that he's going to be partnering with in the foreseeable. The only thing I know is that they're like partnering with Triple A, which is a wrestling company that's a competition to the CMLL, and Pro Wrestling Noah, which is a wrestling company in Japan that's competing with New Japan. Well, that's funny thing about that because WWE's competing against AEW in America's wrestling scene right now, which that's very crazy. Like that WWE's doing the complete opposite what AEW's doing when it comes to wrestling relationships in other companies. And also WWE also have the former partners of AEW's, and that is TNA as well, which they used to be rivals with WWE like 15 years ago. But yeah. But anyways, let me know down in the comment section right down below, and I'm gonna mention more about Kenny Omega and other matches, and even Ricochet or Ricky the Dicky, I should say, against Zack Sabre Jr. against. You go Ricky the Dicky Ricochet against Zack Sabre Jr. That IWGP World Heavyweight Championship match, which that was very phenomenal, and that match between Krina Shirakawa and Mercedes Moné was phenomenal as well. And we got some other matches between like David Finlay and Brody King, and also Claudio Castagnoli against what's his name? What's his name from New Japan? I'm trying to think of his name. I totally forgot about that other guy's name in New Japan. And we got then that team of Great O'Khan teaming, that team with that Great O'Khan alliance, like taking on the Young Bucks as well for the IWGP Tag Team Championships, which the Young Bucks obviously won, which they're also the irresponsible EVPs that can't even run a retail store. But anyways, yeah. But let me know about that in the comments below. But I'm gonna mention that New Japan AEW Dynasty show was a really great show, and also I reviewed it much more than the Miz brags about. He beat John Cena in the main event of WrestleMania back in 2011, and Austin Theory brings up about into his resume of beating John Cena at Mania, but about 12 years after the Miz, in 2023. But moving on, we got Mick Foley said that he's still think at the age of 59 like he and Rhea Ripley would draw at WrestleMania. And I believe we got the hardcore legend just made a intergender challenge to a certain women's champion in WWE. But Foley sees big business in Rhea Ripley. WWE Hall of Famer Mick Foley has often praised Rhea Ripley. The legend previously nixed his plans to return to the ring, but remains confident that he would work with a number of today's top stars, including Ripley. Speaking with Monopoly events, with Jamal Niaz, Mick Foley, has asked to name some stars. He thinks like he could have a great hardcore match with and and not just a hardcore not hardcore death match, but a I could have tore it down with Darby Allen like in a regular match type of stipulation. Like when it comes to the wild stuff, like John Moxley, and I could have torn it down with Kevin Owens. He said, well, looking back, like a hardcore rules, like not necessarily like a death match, like but like just something really physical. No shortage like of people. I still think at a 59-year-old Mick Foley, like and Rhea Ripley would draw at WrestleMania, or maybe like I could like could come on mommy's behalf and seek like vengeance on Dirty Dom. Like that could work like as well. Foley previously named Rhea Ripley as the real tribal leader in WWE before. And like I'm not sure if exactly a dream match could is going to be happening, even if WWE did do some intergender angles in WWE like they used to. I just don't think it's going to be like Rhea Ripley's going to be facing someone like Mick Foley, unfortunately, given the fact that he has quite a few health problems, which is the reason why he retired in the first place. So I'm not sure like if he's going to come out of retirement, like unless if everything like every part of his body like is like in that 100% right now. The best term to put it, like then I would say like say yes, like maybe we could see an intergender match between the hardcore legend and the Eradicator, but I'm not sure about now at this time. And I can name a top 10 list of men wrestlers that could face Rhea Ripley in an intergender match. Like, and I can even do like a dream fantasy booking like on like WWE 2K25 of it, considering the fact that they're bringing intergender wrestling back, like which it was confirmed with a report from a game developer on WWE 2K25, which I analyzed on the SNA podcast like about almost a week ago. So I could do like a top 10 list on who she could face, and that definitely includes Dirty Dominic Mysterio, Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, and Seth Rollins, and maybe even Kevin Owens and a couple other guys that's on my list that could face the Eradicator Rhea Ripley in a intergender match. But unfortunately, I just cannot choose someone like what cannot choose someone like the like Mick Foley at this time. But maybe my mind can be changed if anything could happen, because like the Undertaker would say never, which that's been a proven fact every time in this industry. But anyways, let's move on to the next news story, which we're gonna move on to some more Me Chin news now, as she said that she have a problem connecting with the crowd, and she said that she is still trying to figure it out, like what her character is. Like Me Chin is trying to figure out who she is. Like Me Chin, like has had like a breakout run on WWE SmackDown, like in a recent months. Like she has feuded with Chelsea Green and challenged like for the WWE Women's United States Championship. Like she remains a a prominent part of the women's division, like on SmackDown, of course. And while speaking on the speak in the Speakeasy podcast, Mi Chin was asked to discuss what went into building in her character. She replied, "That's a great question. Like because I don't even know like my character. Like I really like I'm really bad with I can wrestle my ass off like but I know like that my biggest hidance like is I have a problem connecting with the crowd because I'm still trying to figure out like what my character is like in NXT like I was the gangster hood rat chick like but in wrestling like you like want to have like you just accelerated times like 100 like so they really wanted that character and I just drove right into it like whereas like now like I'm a gamer like I just want to go home and hang out like with my dogs like I very low key like and chill it's just so hand to tail hard, I mean, hard with an R, not an N. Hard to tell, like it, like for the casual fans, like people that watch us on a stream, like or watches our YouTube, will know that put someone that is just getting into wrestling, just flipping it on their not gonna know who I am. Tiffany Stratton, she is like the Paris Hilton of WWE. Like blonde, rich, pretty, very prissy. Like you got Rhea Ripley, who's the goth chick, and me and a lot of us are gamers too. Like there's other gamers here. Like I'm still like trying to figure out who I am. Michin then noted that it was hard to be vulnerable, like with the crowd, like crowd as critics, like could be especially harsh on social media. Like, and she stated that she was trying to navigate like that. Like, and she said that having more time, like on TV, helped. She continued, "It's hard to me like to be vulnerable to the crowd because especially like on social media they are so mean. It's like I don't want to show them all of me because then they're just gonna twist it like and say some dumb shit that and it's just gonna piss me off. So I'm working to navigate like that right now. Like, but the more I'm working on today, like helps. I'm getting my face like out like there, and I'm gonna. I'm getting more comfortable with wrestling on TV. But anyways, but yeah, it says right here during in that same interview, Michin noted that WWE had taken marijuana off the banned substances like listed checked on that been listed like that has been on the checklist like but what you can see your comments down below. But before we get into that, like I want to ask you, assassinators, what's y'all's opinion about the about the HBIC like being criticized by fans and not really not even knowing what her character is. Even though like back in her time in NXT, which I remember like when she was wrestling the likes of Bianca Belair, Shayna Baszler, and Rhea Ripley, and even Charlotte Flair at the time, like back in 2019, 2020, like she was well known as more likely a hood I'll say like probably like a hood street gangster, I guess you could call her, like that she just said right here in this interview, like with this character. But now, like I don't know, like she's more of like a combative street fighter, like which I believe that she probably got from her being as a gamer, like which she's been like been noticed like before, like in Xavier Woods' YouTube shows, like which is his Up Down Down channel, like with him featuring like her and Seth Rollins and Shayna Baszler, Dakota Kai, Kofi Kingston, even Big E, and a couple other guys that were on his YouTube channel and Up Down Down, like the doing some challenges, like whether if it's WWE games or even games that are non wrestling related, like like that they play because yeah, he's a massive gamer himself as well. But yeah, let me know down in the comment section right down below. Um, but yeah, but yeah, either way, like I would say, like if there's some kind of like some kind of suggestions like that me Chin wants, like I would say I would suggest like that she would consider putting that together and make that into a character, like be like some kind of a like some kind of a combat queen, like how Kyle O'Reilly is the combat king. Maybe she could use that as her kind of persona, like of being the combat queen, like with her like she knows like all the move sets. Like she could be like called the I'll say the hood the king the queen of hood combat. Like was you could I guess you could say like some kind of like a hood street hustler, like a female hood street hustler that I know all kinds of combat like combat wrestling moves. I guess you could say like if it's martial arts. But next up, we got Mi Chen reveals that and confirms that WWE like has what they call took the marijuana off on their banned substances list, and and yeah, and good news for those wrestlers and wrestling fans that are also a fan of marijuana and anything cannabis related. Like as Mi Chen says, WWE like has somewhat accepted it like in marijuana has been a controversial substance over the years, both in WWE and in sports overall. Various wrestlers have has gotten like in trouble like for using it, but WWE has evidently like shortened like their like substance recently, like in that same interview with speak Keezy like podcast. Mi Chen was asked like about like recovering from the wear and tear of the WWE lifestyle and like being
Here you go.
it was brought like into okay oh thank you so much bro.
Yeah, that's right there.
Okay, anyways, Assassinators, this is where But yeah, and and being high was brought up like as a potential method. Like she noted that WWE had kind of accepted marijuana and it had been removed from the banned substances list for a while now. And while laughing, I think like because it's more legal, they've kind of accepted it. So before marijuana used to be on the drug list, and they took it off a few years ago. So when I get home on Saturday, I'll do that, just chill out all day, and then I get back into the gym on Sunday. Matt Riddle previously confirmed that WWE removed marijuana from their banned substances list. Yeah, I thought I heard somebody else said this from WWE, which is the guy that definitely has probably a lot to do with marijuana. That's a wrestler in WWE, which was Matt Riddle before he eventually got released due to the budget cuts. But yeah, but let me know that down in the comment section right down below, about WWE banning the marijuana substances, I mean out on their substances list, for a little while now, and I do think this is a good news for all those wrestlers that do have that do the green stuff. I guess you could call it whether if it's puffing or medical or whatever reason, they need the marijuana. But I probably say I could name a top 10 list of wrestlers that do have that do the green stuff. I guess you could say I can name a top 10 list of wrestlers right now, either do it for whether if it's for the puffing reasons or the medical reasons. Hopefully it's legal to say this right now. But either way, I'm just saying, pointing out the facts because it's been proven fact before on YouTube before, because my fellow YouTubers said it without any restrictions whatsoever. So I hope there's the same that your boy Super Ninja Austin gets to say this as well. But yeah, I can name a top 10 list that the wrestlers have used marijuana before, whether if it's for if they're that big nose beagle guy that looked like that I heard that rumor has it that he's been made out of that condiments that you put on your I'll say you put on your either your hamburgers or your potato salad or what's the other one but yeah. But let me know about that in the comment section right down below about that. But yeah, but next up, we're gonna end today's wrestling news video with some Chad Gable news on Finn Balor. Is someone that he always go to for feedback. Now Chad Gable talks about who he idolized currently, I mean that's currently a in-ring active competitor, and that he stays active too, as an as an acquaintance or I guess you could say a colleague or a friend, whatever you want to call, or whatever you want to refer him as. But Finn Balor has wrestled all over the world, making his name in the European scene before traveling to New Japan Pro Wrestling, and then eventually further establishing himself in WWE. Chad Gable and Finn Balor might be close in age, but Balor experience in wrestling goes a long way with Gable's. And that's what and speaking to Jay Farag, Ferrugia, like on the Jay Ferrugia show. Like this is what Chad Gable had to say with some high praise for the former Universal Champion. Like he's not that much older than me, like, but I ride with Finn Balor a lot. Like one of my best friends, which yeah, he confirmed, finally confirmed that we know that he's a friend of his. Like on the planet, like just another nugget like of wisdom like he drops. He's been like doing it for a long for so long, like he might even drop nuggets like without knowing it. Like sometimes for a guy like me who hasn't been doing it like that long, I picked up on everything. Like he says, like he speaks like so eloquently, like and thoughtfully, like that. I've taken so much from him. I don't beg for feedback from anybody. I will accept feedback from anybody. Like, but I only ask for feedback from a very select few. I find if you're asking from everybody, like you're fishing like for compliments. Like if I really want to know like what someone thought, some guys I go to, Finn is one of them. I know like he'll give me a straight answer. If something was good, he's going to let me know in his own way. Like, and it's really helpful. Like to have like some like that like where like they're going to tell you and not worry about your feelings so much. Elsewhere in that interview, Chad Gable also commented on giving advance to younger talent. Like you can, what you can find out right there in the link. But I guess we're going to end today's news with this story. To talk, I'm gonna ask you this question: what are your thoughts on to this onto this praise from the 2012 Olympian, which I'm probably going to be saying until it's the last day of being on the earth. If there, when it comes to the topic and the subject of Chad Gable, and like yeah, and I should say multi-time tag team champion. Let me know down in the comment section right down below. And do you agree with Gable and Finn Balor is a talent out of this world? Like, and what are your opinions? Let me know down straight in the comments. But I guess that'll be it for now, Assassinators. And now it's your wildest and intriguing wrestling news stories and rumors that you Assassinators need to know from, they'll say, the what they call the Fightful Select article. Let me know in the comments below which one was your favorite news story out of this list. And I hope y'all enjoyed the video. And if you asked me if which one was my favorite one, would probably be the maybe the Ricky Starks, like with the excitement of Ricky Starks' official signings, like to NXT on NXT, which Booker T was kind of hyping up, I guess you could say, like which he did yesterday on his podcast, which he said onto the news story on today's news video that I'm doing. So I guess that would be my favorite one, but I hope y'all enjoyed the video. And if so, please make sure to hit the big thumbs up button, considering also to hit the subscribe and the post notification bell for more SNA videos. And also make sure to check out my NXT review video later on tonight. And make sure to check out, and see, Ricky Starks will will they will he keep his name, like, as the absolute Ricky Starks, or do they are you going to go to another path of a name change? Like, just stay tuned for that. And also, we got a triple threat match. The winner gets to take on Stephanie Vaquer and become her next challenger for her NXT Women's North American Championship. And I totally forgot to tell you that Stephanie Vaquer is the first ever South American wrestler to ever become that championship, which is based on being the North American, be based from North America, which this happens to be the country that's part of that. But let me know down in the comment section right down below into that. And yeah, again, hopefully you Assassinators. And let me know in the comments who's gonna be the number one contender. And it features Jada Parker, Kalani Jordan, and Carmen Petrovic. And yeah, just leave your opinions who's gonna be the victor and the next challenger on that championship match. And hopefully you'll have a fantastic and wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. Hope you're staying safe from the cold, especially for those that are like having a very blizzardy day, like your boy SNA is having in the area that he's residing at the moment. But I'll see you next time with some more SNA content. Until we meet again, Super Ninja Austin out of here. Bye bye, my assassinators. I'll see you guys later on. Like when I'll be talking about what just went down on the black and yellow and silver brand. But this is a goodbye for now. And thank you guys for watching for the very end. And it means the world to me. And yeah, and stay good to yourself.